Welcome back, everybody. This is Dean with Cop State of Mind. We're here for a quick recap of today's Liverpool victory over MK Dons in the Carabao Cup. Let's just get right into it. Liverpool go in looking very confident, very strong, very dominant the entire game. They end up winning 2-0 with goals from James Milner in the 41st minute, and then Keon Hover with the second goal in the 69th minute, first senior goal for the Reds. Let's start with the lineup. In goal, we had who was probably our starting the third string for the season. Kelleher was in goal. In the back, our center backs, we had Gomez partnered up with Dejan Lovren, and then at fullbacks, we had Milner on the left, and we had Hover on the right. In the middle, we had Naby Keita, who's coming back from injury, probably his first competitive game in about 5 months. We had Ox starting, and we had Adam Lallana. And then in the front, we had Curtis Jones, and then we had the debuts of Ryan Brewster and Harvey Elliott. So yeah, like I said, Liverpool fairly dominant at the go, took control over pretty much the entire match. There was at one point in the first half where MK Dons went on a fast break, Lovren slips, they miss an open net, and then that was that, and then Liverpool pretty much had control of the entire game going forward. What did we learn today? We learned that Liverpool are in good hands. We learned that these young guys are full of talent. These kids we put on the pitch are full of talent. We learned that Klopp trusts his young guys to get the results, or really doesn't care about the competition, because there was no really any senior players on our bench. All that being said, I think Adam Lallana put out a good performance today. Good to see him get 90 minutes under his belt, which normally doesn't happen. And yeah, it looks like basically you saw how mature our young kids are out there. You saw there was no rushing, there was no passes to nowhere. Everything was well thought out. Curtis Jones really looks like a Klopp type of player, and Harvey Elliott just looks like just young, raw talent, and I'm really excited to see him down the line. Hopefully we'll get to see more of him going forward. All that aside, let's get directly into our match ratings. I think Kelleher, I gave him an 8. He looked very confident today. Made a big save towards the end, had good distributions, seemed calm, cool. I liked it. All right, Lovren is always going to be Lovren. He really was very weak, I think, for most of the game. Had one big block towards the end, off the line, actually. But besides that week, I gave him a 6. Gomez, very strong, very dominant in the back, held it down, made no mistakes, was really calm as you like. You could tell he's been playing next to Virgil. So I gave him an 8. My man of the match, James Milner, I gave him an 8.5. He was just pretty much all over the pitch. Was a vintage, strong Milner performance. I know I've been talking down on him a little bit. I've been kind of a little fed up with him, but he shut me up today. Played a really great game with a goal and an assist. Ox, I gave a 6.5. Didn't really impress me too much. He had a shot that went off the post from outside the box, which was nice, but except for that, not much. Didn't really impress me. Keita, 6.5. I gave him 6.5 because you can tell he hasn't played in a very long time. He's just coming back from injury. It was good to see him get an hour under his belt. He played 60 minutes, but he seemed just very cautious, not too high in confidence, and just seemed like he was playing it safe. Adam Lallana had a very good game today. I think there was no flaws in his game. He had his little turns that he likes doing, was distributing well to Milner, held it down in the middle. Good all-around performance, nothing too fancy, so 7 for me. Curtis Jones, unbelievable performance. What a mature player. Looks like a Klopp type of player. You saw him in attack, you saw him on defense, you saw him with amazing link-up play on the left side with Milner, kind of almost like a Mane Robo-esque, which was very, very, very nice to see. So he got an 8.5 for me. Brewster, almost invisible for me the entire game. Didn't see much of him. Didn't see moving without the ball. Didn't really impress me too much. I don't be too hard on him because, again, just his debut with the first team. He got a 6.5 for me. And then Elliott, Harvey Elliott, is wise beyond his years. He is very mature. Everything was so composed with him. Nothing was rushed. He hit the crossbar twice. And if not for Milner having the goal and assist, I would have to say that Harvey would be my man of the match. But he got a 9 for me, the highest of any of the players on the pitch. So that's all being said. We spoke about the players. We spoke about the result. We got matched with Arsenal in the next round. It'll be interesting to see how Klopp puts out his players, knowing how busy we are in the month of October. It'll be very interesting to see how Emery puts his lineup out, knowing that He might be without Lacazette because he's injured. So we'll have to see how he decides to put his lineup going forward after that. Because if you look at October, if you start with October 2nd, we play Salzburg at home with the Champions League game. We play Leicester at home on the 5th of October. 20th of October, after a break, we go to Old Trafford, we play United. Then on the 23rd, 3 days later, we play Genk away, another Champions League game. And then as scheduled now for the 27th, we have the Spurs at home, and then either the 29th or the 30th, depending how FIFA schedules it, we'll see Arsenal at home with the Carabao Cup. But before all that, we go into the weekend, Sheffield away, looking to stay hopefully perfect, looking to bring points back and stay on top of the league. So that's all we have for today's result going forward. I'm Dean. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, get a tattoo of the logo, do something, shout us out, shout out Remy, and we'll see you before we face Sheffield on Saturday, 7:30 Eastern Time, early game.